Well, that was awesome. I hope you enjoyed that. We had so much to cover, so much ground to cover. As I mentioned way back at the beginning of the course, I really wanted to put together something as close to real world as possible. That's why we got started inside Adobe Illustrator. And we worked through that wireframe process and then moved into Photoshop and then finally into the world of code. So I hope you really enjoyed that. Lots and lots of stuff there for you to dig into. So here's a quick recap. Here's what we've learned together over the last several hours. We started off by making sure that we understood exactly what responsive web design was. We saw some examples as well of some really nicely designed responsive websites. And then, as I just mentioned a moment ago, we got started inside Adobe Illustrator. We built our 3 responsive wireframes inside Illustrator. We got them all set up there. Then we took those 3 wireframes and one at a time we got them into Photoshop and we applied design to those wireframes, of course, fonts, colors, and graphics. And I hope I was able to give you lots of techniques for working more efficiently inside Photoshop, lots of keyboard shortcuts, obviously very layers panel intensive there as well, and also hopefully some techniques and tricks for speeding up the design process with multiple files in Photoshop. Now, once we finished things up inside Photoshop, we moved over to the world of code, and we set up and we tested our HTML, our external style sheet, our CSS, and of course the media queries. And I really wanted to build all of that by hand so that you could see exactly how everything fit together, how all the pieces fit together. We then constructed the high, medium, and low resolution layouts inside code. And of course, that was all driven by our 3 media queries. And then we used our media queries and, of course, our CSS, and I also wanted to include some CSS3 to format the responsive designs. And then we jumped back into Photoshop, extracted our graphics. We talked a little bit about file formats, and you saw how to get your graphics into your code and get them formatted via CSS. So I hope you enjoyed. That was a lot of fun. Again, we covered a lot of ground. I hope you enjoyed. For VTC, this is Jeff Blake signing off. Happy responsive design adventures. I'll see you on the web.